Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video. So here we've got a Nintendo Switch Lite with a damaged connector. Basically, a lady sent this in because her husband actually tried to repair this and actually damaged it further. So basically originally the joystick was broken and he repaired it. Then he broke the screen in the process, which the screen all works now. Touch screen and everything, but also managed to break the game card reader, so it's in for game card reader not working, and obviously this is why. I'm not sure how he's managed to do it. I'll see if you can kind of see on there. Even if you can't, we're going to be switching to the microscope cam, so you'll see more on there. But yeah, it looks like the whole connector is going to need to be replaced, which is fine. I've got loads of spare donor boards, so we can easily get that done. So whilst we do this, I'm going to speed up this process until I've got the board out. Here you can see there's a few pins that are bent sideways and there's no clamp here, so okay, I didn't even know that. Oh, okay, I wasn't even aware of that. Well, it was that badly done that it's just come apart like that. Okay, well anyways, let's take this off and we'll go from there. So I've got the connector lined up here. I just need to put something heavy down to kind of hold the board in place. Let's see if this works. Okay, that will work. I'm going to put it on 50% airflow. And then I'm just heating up from underneath. Waiting until the solder melts completely. So here's where I lost my audio, so I'm having to record a voiceover, but I went ahead and grabbed a donor board and I just removed the connector, just heated up from below until all the solder joints were fully melted, and removed the connector, and then fluxed up the customer's board and then aligned the connector in place. So as you can see, I'm just adding flux. It's the same flux I always use. It's Kingbow, which you can get off Amazon or eBay, which is only a couple of pounds or possibly maybe $5 if you're in the US. Personally, I do recommend it over the Amtech flux. A lot cheaper, works a lot better. But I'm holding it in place with my tweezers, and then I'm just going to solder it in. This part can be really tricky, so you do have to be really careful and just steady-handed, because as you can see, it moved around a lot. It took me quite a few attempts before I could actually get it to solder in place, just because of the fact that it would just move around a lot. I mean, it could be that I used too much flux, but I also did want to make sure that I used enough flux that all the solder would flow nicely and that there'd be no hard, sticky joints, if that makes sense. Now that it's soldered in place, I'm just testing all the individual pins to make sure that they are soldered down. I noticed it was a little wonky, so it wasn't perfectly straight. It was off slightly, but as long as all the pins are soldered down and the clamp works and functions, then you know it still works. And I did go ahead and test it afterwards, and it did work, so we achieved the job. All I needed to finish off doing was just using some IPA and a Q-tip or a cotton bud, however you prefer to call it, and just clean it up and wipe the flux off. And that was job done. Okay, so we've got a new one soldered on. So let's test, oh, bit of tape there. Let's test it back in the casing. Normal, and it does. As you can see, we've got a screen there. And let's test it with Mario Kart Rapids. Sorry, Mario versus Rapids. I thought it was Mario Kart. And we get a game, so that fixed the issue, so that's good. The game card reader isn't faulty and it just needed that, so that's all that needed doing. So now I'm just going to clean it up a bit because this is all dirty. You can see on the D-pad it's a bit dirty there and around, so I'm just going to give it a really good clean and then put it all back together and give it back to the customer. But other than that, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.